Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Brody Moore of Oxford Football. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
Doing good. I know that this year has been pretty good for you guys. Going and getting into the playoffs this year once again, and just take me through your senior year of football.
Yeah, so senior year was the last ride. It was a very fun and enjoyable year. And as a senior group, last year, our junior season, 1-8, it was just a bad year. So we had the goal set that we wanted to make the playoffs. And, starting off how we did, we made it a goal that we had to buy in together as a group, as a team, and that we had to, push forward to make the playoffs, which we ended up doing.
Yeah, for sure. So going into this year, remind everybody what position you play.
I play safety and wide receiver.
Okay. So what's it like going, both ways of the ball and all that fun stuff?
I have to make sure that physically I'm in shape enough to, go out there and perform to the best of my ability, but also I have to make sure mentally I'm in the right state, make sure offensively, mentally I'm doing my job, I'm running the right routes, blocking what I need to do. And then also defensively, knowing that I'm reading my keys, making tackles, making plays when I need to. So I'd say mentally and physically I need to be locked in.
How do you mentally prepare for a game?
We spent a lot of time on huddle. You know, as a team, we watch huddle and we break down their film, but then also individually, personally, I like to spend a lot of time on huddle, 20, 25 minutes a day on the opponent. I watch both sides of the ball since I play both sides. So I watch what their receivers are doing. I'll watch their O linemen just to see if I can pick up on keys, whether it's a run play or a pass play. And then now for when I'm on offense and I'm watching their defense, I see what their tendencies are, what coverage they're doing, how their corners play, depending on what routes we're running, and then also how I need to block them. If they're aggressive, if they shade off the ball, how I approach them with my blocking.
Yeah. This season you got to do something pretty cool. You got to wear the number 42 for Oxford, and obviously that's a big deal over there. Um, what what did that mean to you?
Yeah, so that was a big honor. I mean, honestly, probably one of the biggest accomplishments I've had in my life so far. The coaches and the Mears, they decided instead of retiring the number 42, they were going to honor it by giving it to a player that exemplified, the same traits that Tate did.
Yep.
And they chose me to represent that number this year, and it was just a huge honor.
Yeah. You know, um, what did that mean to you to go out there and really perform well wearing that number?
It meant a lot because obviously, Oxford, we're a tight knit community,
Yeah.
and I was able to go out there and perform for my community with that number on my back, and it meant a lot because I played with Tate my sophomore year. He was a big role model to me, good friend of mine. So it meant a lot being able to carry on that great tradition of number 42s within the Oxford community.
Absolutely. So so of course your best football memory that you've had this season in your high school career.
This season, I would say the push against U of D to make the playoffs, that was obviously a special one. And also the weather, it was rainy, and we just had to push through and get the win, and we got it done. So, and then for my high school career,
That
I
might
would
be that might be
say,
the same thing.
yeah, my sophomore year playing Clarkson in the playoffs, super rainy, and we pulled off that upset there at their place, and that was huge.
Yeah. Okay. So um to go through, this and you're in a tough conference to get to the playoffs. What did that mean for this group to beat a really good Jesuit team?
We knew U of D was a very, very solid team. Like they had so many athletes. They had Elijah Dotson. Their quarterback was really good. But we knew that with our preparation and our drive and our will to want to get that win, we knew that that was enough that we could execute our game plan and help us get that win, which we ended up doing.
Yeah. Um, so what have you, obviously you've had a ton of time to reflect back on this year, and obviously you're a multi-sport athlete as well.
Mhm.
Was How was your other seasons for you? I believe you were a wrestler, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I play baseball.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Forgot about that.
Yep.
And you're in season
Yep.
right now. Uh,
Yeah.
so how is that going so far?
This season is going good. Senior year, we're sitting above 500 right now, 2 games above 500, and overall, it's senior year, so I'm playing with all the people I grew up playing with. Same thing for football, translating into baseball. It's like I've grown up with these people, and we're all just soaking it in one last time together.
Yeah. What for? So what position do you play and all that?
In baseball, I play center field.
What's it like being an outfielder?
It's a lot. You gotta be able to track pop flies, and then you also gotta have, a decent, strong enough arm to where runners aren't just running all over you. But I'd say the hardest part is, there's high sky in baseball. It's when there's no clouds and it's just the sky. It's very hard to tell where the ball is going, and I'd say that's like the most challenging part as an outfielder.
For sure. Um, so Brody, you only have at time of recording, you only have 3 more days left of high school.
Yeah,
I know if you watched the if you watched the Ian Jones episode earlier this past week, it's you get Oxford it's pretty close to I think Wednesday's your last day. So are you
yeah. Mhm.
trying to soak in these last few days before everyone goes their separate ways?
Yeah, it's a little bittersweet. Uh, my classmates, my acquaintances, I've grown up with them since kindergarten, and we've been through, the journey of school ever since then. And it's really like heartwarming, but also sad that it's kind of coming to an end. But these last 3 days, I'm just trying to soak it up as much as I can, and keep my relationships tight with all my friends and classmates.
Yeah. So your football career is not over yet. Um, where are you heading?
I'm going to Adrian College.
Okay, so of course, obviously Adrian's been in the headlines earlier a few months ago. Of course, former Celine head coach Joe Palca and his staff is over there. Um, what was it like to what sold you to Adrian?
Like you said, they got the new coaching staff. From my visits with them and the meeting with the coaches, they seem very committed to not only like me as a football player, but also me as a person. And they
Yeah,
want to grow me into a better individual and a better man. And then also for like the athletic side, I toured all their athletic facilities, all their classrooms and all that and their buildings. And it just seemed like the college as a whole was very bought in to making the experience better for their students, and they were really focused on a good student life for their students, and it just had all the things that I wanted and to be able to thrive as a student athlete.
yeah. Okay. What will you what are you gonna miss about high school football, and what does football mean to you?
Things that I'm gonna miss about high school football is putting on and playing for the community and also the brotherhood. Like this past year and all my years playing for Oxford football, we've been like this. We've been very tight, very close knit group. We don't have the 4 and the 5 stars on our team. We're just some gritty brothers that are getting after it every day at practice, and then we're performing every Friday.
Yeah. Okay. So, what does football mean to you?
Football, it's a game of games within itself. You're playing 11 on 11, but then also it can be one against one, or it can be me versus me. Like I got to make sure that I'm doing my job and my responsibility to help my team. So that's where, Coach Line, since his time here, he's told us 1/11, 1 out of 11. So I got to do my job, and everybody else I got to count on them to do their job. So that's where football to me is just such like a in the zone type of sport to where I got to do my job, but I also got to have the trust and reliability in my teammates and my brothers to do their job. And that's what football like that there's no other sport like that, you know.
Yeah. Um, Obviously, and then just what do you plan? Do you have any future plans after? What do you want to do? You know what you want to study in college, or what do you want to do for a career and all that?
I plan on studying some type of business. Right now, I'm kind of leaning towards finance, but other than that, I don't really know. I mean, I'll figure it out as the road goes on.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Let's get to know you a little bit, Brody. How about that?
All right, sounds good.
Okay. Favorite football player that you grew up watching?
Favorite football player. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan by heart, so I'd say probably Troy Polamalu. I'd like seeing him, you know, hit some people, make some plays, one-handed snags, but then also I like seeing him jump over the pile on those quarterback sneaks to make the tackle. And then as a Lions player, Calvin Johnson was always a big one. You know, Megatron getting it done out on the field.
Yeah. And of course, not everyone gets a former NFL player as their head coach. Of course, Zach Lyons,
Hmm.
of course, the head coach over at Oxford. So, um, okay, favorite play that you can remember from your high school career.
Favorite play. I'd say it was this past year, homecoming game. You know, we're driving. I don't exactly remember the time. I think it was the first quarter though. 0-0 ball game, or was it? I don't exactly know the score, but let's say, you know, we're within our red zone, and Jack Hendricks drops back, does a
Yeah,
play action pass, and you know, I crossed over the top, and Jack threw it to me, and I caught it, and you know, that was my first ever touchdown, and that being, you know, the homecoming game. I hear my friends in the crowd chanting, "Brody, let's go!" So that was very like emotionally happy and satisfying. Like it was just a big moment for me.
yeah. Favorite movie.
Favorite movie. I would say Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with the first one, Miles Morales. I think that movie is just very well put together and tells a good story.
Okay. Favorite food, um, and a food that you will never eat.
My favorite food is tacos. I love tacos. A food that I will never eat. Hmm. I'd say I don't know. I'm not a fan of like zucchini and like that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And finally, what is something people do not know about you, Brody?
Um, what is something that people do not know about me? Uh, ooh, that's a hard one.
Or maybe just like maybe a random fact that maybe your friends may know or maybe the audience may never guess about you. Like you're maybe into something that people may not expect.
Well, video games. I play video games,
Okay.
but I'd say I'm known around like my friend group for getting bloody noses a lot.
Okay.
So I guess that's it.
Yeah. All right. All right, Brody. Thanks so much for coming on and best of luck at Adrian. Thanks for the time.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.